What's the worst name somebody can call you? To me, the one word that can sting you more than any other name is being called a hypocrite. And when we think about the word hypocrite, it actually means, back in the day, stage actor, where people would, in theater, would have a mask to portray themselves as something that they truly weren't. When we think about the Bible, the one person that calls out hypocrites more than anybody else is Jesus. I was just reading this in Matthew 23, and it really struck me because it's the 7 woes where Jesus talks about the Pharisees and calling out their hypocrisy in multiple instances. And we are doing this series on the complaint box, but I really want to make it clear we're not out there to call people out. We're just addressing the common complaints about the church. And time again, every time we look at some data, the number one thing is hypocrisy. And it's not about people complaining about the Bible or Jesus or religion in itself. It's really the religious leaders. It's the people that represent Christ that are shown in a negative sentiment. But the really interesting thing about Matthew 23 is that after Jesus tears through the Pharisees, it really ends the chapter in lament. Jesus says it at the very end where he says, "I wish I can gather all the children together like a hen gathers their chicks, but you weren't willing." So I'm not excluding myself from this. I think all of us as Christians and believers can fall into the trap of hypocrisy. When we pretend or perform to gain approval or avoid disapproval from others, it's really a reflection of how we see the cross in our own lives. We're trying to gain approval because we don't think we're worthy enough. Or we're trying to avoid disapproval because we don't think we're sinful. And that's a direct reflection of the misinterpretation of the gospel working in our own lives. That we are sinful and we are worthy of the grace that we get through Jesus and the cross.